Nobody lives here.
Nobody's lived there for about 3 or 4 years.
But all of these addresses are tied to applications for Lifeline cell phones, a government-backed program to put virtually free cell phones in the hands of qualified low-income people.
Just boarded it up about 3 or 4 years ago.
He's talking about 2 homes in Indianapolis in the 900 block of Dearborn Street that have been abandoned for years. But 2 applications to the Lifeline provider Terracom are dated and signed from 2012 using those addresses. In Indianapolis alone, we found 8 abandoned homes tied to applications for Lifeline phones, in which the applications are dated and signed last fall. The homes are clearly tagged by the city of Indianapolis as abandoned for far longer than that.
Let me kind of try to answer that, sir.
At a hearing in front of Indiana regulators, Terracom COO Dale Schmick says his company has an internal verification process for applicants. Schmick used the fictitious name Jane Smith.
It's verifying that she's giving us a legitimate address, that it's not an abandoned lot, that it's not a business, that it's not a shelter.
Besides the abandoned homes we discovered in Indianapolis tied to Terracom Lifeline phone applications, we also interviewed 6 men in a Milwaukee homeless shelter who had applications in their names. They say the applications were forged. All of these new questions are now coming to light after the Scripps National Investigative Team exposed that dozens of people in 4 states say their identities were used and names forged to apply for Terracom phones. The COO of Terracom promised changes, and in July canned 700 sales staff employees days before he knew he'd face our cameras.
And if there's action that needs to get taken, we're going to take the action. And if there's things that need to change to prevent these kind of things from happening again, we're going to make the changes so they don't happen again.
I'm Scripps National Investigative Correspondent Jim Osman in Washington.